Welcome back to the 2018 Clash at the Canyons final round coverage. I'm here with Steve Ratchin.
What up?
And we're on the back nine.
9 holes left to go, guys, and we have Eddie Ward in the lead at 27 under par. Chris Sprague and Isaac tied 1 stroke behind at 26 under par, and Tony Ganger 24 under par.
Yeah, don't count any of these guys out. Plenty of golf left, 9 holes, and we're on hole 6 long pad.
Yeah, 381 feet. We have a hillside to the left-hand side, so any disc that hydrates early, guaranteed to go down that hill.
Yeah, you saw Tony kind of kick a tree and go right. Main objective, throw it about 280 feet dead straight.
Dude, Chris just hit the hole sign for 6 short?
I believe he did.
Oh my Lanta.
Isaac going with that same Firebird he's been throwing all around. Looks like he also hit a tree kick to the right-hand side.
Talk about some tree reactions going on here, man. There's a lot. Can Eddie not hit a tree and kick in a crazy direction?
Nope.
No, still hit a tree, but not a crazy direction. In the fairway.
He's right in the fairway there. Chris, yeah, he did hit that sign for hole 6 white pad. And he's essentially playing hole 6 white pad, shooting 2.
Pretty much. Probably birdie yesterday when he shot that 1040 right around.
Most likely. He's left with outside the circle, so he's going to be scrambling to pick up that par 3.
Isaac looks like a turnover jump putt from 150 feet. Not many can jump putt that far.
No, and he did not get all the way up to the basket, so he also will be scrambling for that par.
However, up to this point, Isaac is 100% inside the circle putting, and I believe extremely high in his circle 2 putting, only missing the first putt of the round.
And there you have it. Tony, a great touch-up shot around probably about 12 or 15 trees. And Isaac, I don't know if it's in or outside the circle, but it doesn't matter.
Looks like he was outside and puts it in. No surprise there.
And Chris also looking to match him. This is his par putt.
Oh, just a little high right.
Yeah, and he's going to lose a stroke there to Isaac. Eddie puts in for his par 3.
Man, and our scores are separating a little bit on the first hole of this final 9 coverage we see here, as Tony taps in for the 3. Eddie taps in for the 3. Isaac, great putt for the 3. And Chris with the disappointing lefty putt for the bogey 4.
Looks like we get a little bit of slow-mo action of Tony's drive there on hole 6. We're moving on to 6A. Steve, could you tell us a little bit about 6A?
Yeah, 6A, one of the beautiful par 4s here we have on the property. Dogleg right, Mando about 325 feet up the fairway, and we have that creek OB the entire left-hand side. Yeah, players are really just looking to get in position right at the bend there to have a look at the green.
You're going to see some forehands, maybe some backhands right up the gut, or there's a little bit of a backhand hyzer route. Looks like Tony went for that forehand route and hit a tree about halfway up the fairway where the ideal landing zone is.
But Isaac looks at that righty hyzer route and puts his champion Firebird in prime position.
And Eddie saw Isaac do that, and he said, I'm going to try to do the same.
Ooh, catch the late tree, but
he's in the fairway.
Yeah, it kind of did, didn't it?
Yeah, but he could be in a worse spot. Let's put it that way.
You know, I'll be honest, Dave. It's pretty surprising to see these players all taking the hyzer route. You're wondering if the creek is putting that into play or not, as we see most players going up the gut with a mid-range or fairway.
Yeah, definitely surprising to me as well to see all that. I don't know what you do on that hole, but normally for me, I throw some sort of straight mid-range right up the gut.
Yeah, same here. Oh,
ooh.
Wait, sit. Oh, my Lord.
Chris Sprague with a great run at a eagle, too.
Yeah.
Hits a tree, almost goes OB there.
And Ed trying to play the skip shot, but no skip given. Oh, no. A little bit of a Charlie Lane yank out of that one.
Hey, that's a lucky tree right there.
Yeah, and send outside circle 2. Isaac's just going to lay this one up. It's a pretty tough green. Hillside on the front and back and OB left. He's been canning putts, but no need risking to go for that one.
And I believe that's the same thing that's going through Tony's mind there. But I would have to guess that this is a little bit of a half go from Eddie Ward.
Agreed. A little bit of a half go. Gave it a bid, but made sure that if he missed, he stayed on top of the hill for the easy tap in for no OB in picture at all. But can spray get
Yeah, this is a stroke on the card.
Oh, there it is.
That's a low left pocket there.
And righty putt. Ooh.
Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, that might have been shorter than 25 feet.
That looked shorter than 25 feet. Maybe it's game time. 9 holes left to go. Going back to the dominant throwing hand. We shall see.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that lefty putt comes back into action.
For those of you just tuned into the coverage, Chris is 100% inside the circle lefty putting as a righty thrower.
I would say maybe not inside the circle, but about 25 feet and in, it seems as if Chris throws with his left hand. Anything further out, right-handed. But right there, it looked like he was less than 25 feet and threw with his right hand. So
man, we are just trying to figure this out, Dave.
That is
all right.
Exactly
moving on
right.
to hole 6E.
Yep. Yeah, hole 6E comes in at 258 feet. Relatively easy hole, especially for these MPO players. It's pretty much dead straight with a slight hyzer at the end.
Yeah, and it looks like Chris turned his over a little bit early and is just on the edge of circle 2 there.
Yeah, I got to imagine this hole comes in relative to par less than.
Agreed, yeah.
So
The
if
scoring
you're taking a
average
3.
did come in under par in this hole.
Yeah, so if you're taking a 3, you're not happy. And it looks like both Chris and Tony are going to have pretty difficult putts for a birdie, too.
And here's Isaac's chance to capitalize on their mistakes to get back that stroke that he wants.
Same Battle Rock?
Is there just a disc magnet on that right-hand side, Dave?
Yeah, it looks like it. Let's see if Eddie's goes to that spot. I think his is hyzer and right next to the basket.
Yeah, he corrected. He puts himself towards the basket. He's going to have a look at that, too. Closer than the rest of the group. But from outside circle 1, what can our competitors do from here?
Let's see. Tony. Oh.
So close. No cigar.
Chris from a similar distance, maybe a couple feet shorter. Gives a good bid. A little high of the basket. And going to have to settle for a par 3. Isaac looking to capitalize, and he does just that. Remaining, is it 100%?
He is 100% inside circle 1.
That's impressive after, what, 20 holes now is this?
Yeah. And back to the left. And Chris is still 100% inside circle 25 feet with his left hand.
That's impressive there from Chris. And Tony also cleaning up his par.
And we are heading over to hole 7 lawn.
Quite a few score changes here the last few holes.
Yeah, definitely. We see Ed still with the lead, 28 on the par. Isaac, 27. Chris, 26. And Tony still at 24.
Yeah, hole 7, pretty long par 3 coming in at 470 feet. This is one of the first, we've had a couple others, but where these players can just unleash through a huge turnover and let the disc finish.
I don't know why Isaac was so upset with that drive. He's like 15 feet, Dave.
I don't know if that was an upset face or a game face, Steve.
I'll go with game face.
I think it was more of a game face. He put it inside the circle 1.
But yeah, as we see, 470 feet long, but gettable.
And it looks like
Holy
Eddie,
Crisco.
Yeah, Eddie turned his over a bit much.
He greased through 50 trees.
Yeah, it did finish for him. He's pin high, maybe, 60, 70 feet up?
Yeah. All right. Let's see what Chris Sprague has for us. Throwing a champion strike is that. And does not get the turn that he was hoping for.
Hopefully he misses that casual water there.
Okay, good. Definitely misses the casual water.
You don't want to be standing in that. Although I did hear that somebody hit a putt inside the casual water, kept their shoes on. And
yeah. Steven Jacobs did.
Was it Steven Jacobs?
It was Steven Jacobs. Hitting about a 65-footer from the casual water.
Just kept his shoes on, walked right in. And
ankles deep.
Wow. And it looks like that was just a simple upshot. Going to settle for a par there from Chris and Tony.
Just trying to do the same there. Yeah, lay up, take the 3, move on to the next hole.
And Eddie's got a good look here.
Yeah, see if he can put a long one together. Oh,
asking for it to stay up.
Get
Does
the
not
height that's needed.
Yeah.
Can Isaac pick up a stroke on the card here?
Ooh.
No.
Uncharacteristic. You hear Isaac say, "Come on, man." That's his first missed putt inside circle one for
Yes,
the
it
round.
has been.
And
Oh,
he's settling
no.
for a par. That's a huge stroke. Upside down lefty Chris Sprague.
I don't have words for that, Dave.
Yeah, that's an important stroke. Isaac knows it, but he's got to let it go and capitalize in the next few holes.
The nice part, though, we have a long par 4 coming up, and maybe Isaac can just take out his aggression on this long drive.
We'll have to see. Here's Chris Sprague with his strike shot. Nice slow-mo. Thank you, NYC Productions. We have Eddie still atop at 27. Chris and Isaac both tied at 26. And Tony still right on their heels at 24 down. Hole 8. What can you tell us about it, Steve?
Yeah, we have par 4, pretty much wide open field here. Throw as hard as you can, and holy, what is going on here?
Isaac threw that as hard as he could, and I think he landed inside circle 2 there.
Yeah, I'll put it in the words of the gallery. Let's go, kid. Unbelievable pull.
Yeah, trying to match him. Looks like he turned his over a little. He's in the tall grass. Gonna have to scramble for a birdie 3 here.
But yeah, as you guys can see with the 562-foot par 4 here, wide open on all sides. Your drive does not really matter if you end up left or right. You're going to have an angle into the green no matter what. But our green is now protected by a row of rocks, to where you have to softly place it over those, or you run the risk of going down the hill behind the pin.
Or hitting the rocks and denting your frisbee.
Yeah, that could also happen.
Oh, might have been a little dent on
Or
Tony's.
you hit the rocks and get inside the circle. I think every time we brought up rocks, Tony has proved us wrong.
I think you're right. I think we're going to be moving on to Chris.
Yeah, definitely Chris here. Just flown
AVR?
a big beat AVR.
Pretty much
And
textbook.
Check
there.
out that
He's
extremely
been doing that
soft
for
finish.
years.
Eddie, even though he turned one over, he has just a hyzer sidearm approach. Oh, and gets knocked down by those guardian rocks. He's going to have an outside the circle putt from there.
And more importantly, there's going to be a dent in that frisbee. We got Isaac from, 45, 50 feet. This is for his Eagle 2.
Come on, kid, what do you got? Let's go!
He just got an Eagle 2 on a 562-foot hole. That's at least 1, maybe 2 strokes on the entire field there.
David, he's hit like 6 putts outside the circle this round.
Yeah, he's brought his A game today.
Yes, he has.
And Tony cleaning up his birdie 3.
And we see Chris, left-handed, right hand. What do you think?
Left.
Left. 100% inside the circle with the left hand, keeping it alive.
Ooh, look at this. Slow-mo.
You guys want to know how to throw far? And boomtown.
Like that.
Right there.
If you could do that, you could throw far.
And Isaac's only what?
Ooh,
like
look at there's a little bit of blue on the screen.
5'7", 5'8", and he just threw 500 feet.
It's sometimes not all about the length, it's about that pop.
Get that form down, and you'll see some unbelievable drives.
And taking the tee pad, Isaac McDonald. Looks like he kind of pulled this one.
Yeah, a little bit. Hole 9 here, 238 feet. Dogleg right. Again, creek is in play.
Yeah, there's been a few trees cut down on this hole as they were infected by the ash bug, so it leaves a few more open gaps.
As we see Chris
took,
taking
yeah.
one of the newer inside gaps there with a backhand turnover. That was just been there about 2 weeks before the event.
That's right, and it looked like he hit a tree maybe 3/4 of the way up the fairway. Difficult
Can
birdie putt, but
Tony get the only clean drive up the fairway, and it looks like he did. Unbelievable.
and look at that creek in the background. Normally that's that made it close.
close.
Normally that creek is 6 to 8 feet less.
Yeah, normally just a soft babbling brook, but today it's just a rage monster.
Yeah, so that's definitely something that's in these players' minds when they're driving and
Yeah,
putting on this
100%.
hole.
Nothing is worse than running at a putt at this basket and losing your go-to putter from an errant.
And then having to putt again without your go-to putter.
Man, Chris wisely just lays up, sacrificing, just saying I'm gonna take the 3. Doesn't get crazy. Knows there's a couple holes left to go here.
Isaac, this is his putt for par, right? He
Yeah.
hit an early tree.
Oh, do we expect anything else?
I think that
this
one
kid
was-
is a putting machine.
That one
this
was
day.
also outside circle 1, so there's another huge putt from that kid. And Tony picks up the lone birdie on the card there.
Yeah, definitely fortunate enough to not roll OB into the creek and get the stroke on the card with only 3 holes left to go.
Beautiful putt for par. That's such a dangerous putt, and he just catches the chains dead center. And
What would you guys do? Would you run that?
when you're in that
Man.
position, knowing where he's at in the score, it's got to be in the back of his head. He knows he's got to run that and
I
make it.
love seeing the confidence back in Isaac McDonald. That is just unbelievable to watch. Hole 10 lawn here, 314 feet, playing to the A pin to the left-hand side. Uphill hyzer, need to avoid the guardian rocks and the early bushes. Looks like Tony does get a fortunate kick out of the rough. He'll have a long look for the 2.
Yeah, this is for these guys, a pretty easy hyzer shot. I mean, you got to put some mustard on it, but throw it up, hit your line, and hyzer in. If you're not getting near this basket, you're probably going to be pretty upset.
Agreed. It's probably playing 350 power, but you have all the room in the world to swing something out wide, play a hyzer, and just hop over the rocks like Isaac just did.
And it looks like Eddie hung it out way to the right, almost hit those spectators, and he's going to be left with probably more than 100 feet, looking at a pretty fast green with the hill behind it.
And maybe looking at this tee sign, seeing it's 314 feet and throwing the distance, not accounting for the uphill, both Sprague and Tony come up short. Isaac, the local here, knows exactly what to do, puts it right next to the basket. Oh, no! That was...
From at least 100 feet out, giving it a run.
Oh, man!
And he hits the cage, almost puts it in.
Wow, that was an unbelievable bid.
Yeah, he rolled as well, though, so he's going to have a little bit of a tester there.
For sure. Chris also kicking out to the fairway. Can he capitalize? Oh, and just swings a little bit left-hand side. There is Eddie saving the 3 after that unbelievable bid for the 2. And Tony's going to putt for his par before we even get to Isaac's drive.
Yeah, it looks like Isaac's had a pretty great drive there, and here it is, putting in for his birdie, 2, and he's back on that train.
Man, much needed solo birdie with 2 holes left to play. Let's see our scoring update. 25 holes in. We had some scramble par saves. We had park job birdies, and we see Isaac taking the lone lead, 29 under par. Eddie Ward, 1 stroke behind him at 28. Chris Sprague, 2 strokes behind Isaac at 27 under par. And Tony Ganger, 26 under par. 1 stroke between every single competitor. And on a lead card in A-tier like this, that is hundreds of dollars per stroke.
That's right, and we are coming in at our last par 4 of the round. This is another one of those just smash a hyzer, maybe get a little bit of a hyzer flip, put yourself in a good spot to get that 3, maybe even get an eagle too.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing you need to make sure you don't do is finish early left into the tree line. If you end up turning one down the hill, you have a wide open upshot. Not ideal, but a lot better than being stuck in the trees.
And we see Tony rip a nice hyzer out.
Yeah, looks like you put that pink Star Destroyer that he's been throwing all around. Puts himself in position to get the birdie 3. They were taking a hyzer route as well. But make sure that does not come too far left.
He's going to have a little bit of a precarious upshot there.
It'll be tight, but it'll be manageable. And so last year, 2017 Clash of the Canyons, Chris Sprague was up on the leaderboard on this hole. And he ended up taking a 4 to lose the lead with 1 hole left to go. You got to think that that's in his mind here. That he's going to put his upshot a little bit lower than last year to make sure he gets the 3.
It looked like it was back here.
That may be the case, Steve, and let's see what he does here, floating in what I assume is an AVR of some sort.
Oh, and we see a terrible Walmart roll. Hitting the tree, rolling back to the right, and putting himself in a pretty tricky spot in the bushes there.
Yeah, he's gonna have a pretty difficult, tricky putt there.
Oh,
Isaac puts up.
Eddie ended up in a pretty good spot there, actually.
Yeah, from the angle at first, it looked like he was hugging the trees a little more, but easily
That's what
up
we're
and
talking
down.
about. In the bushes, not an easy putt. He's going to have to settle for the 4 again as Isaac taps into 3 to maintain his lead on the lead card.
And the rest of the competitors also putting in their birdie 3s. Sprague taking the lone par 4. Moving on to the final hole of the clash at the Canyons.
Final hole. We are playing 12 lawn tee to the A pin.
So very attackable.
Very attackable. And as we just saw Isaac go back-to-back birdies, he has a 1-stroke advantage on the lead card over Eddie at 30 under par. 30 under par, Dave.
That's unbelievable.
That's
It
so
looks
many
like-
under par.
It looks like Tony managed to catch Sprague here on the leaderboards, and they're both sitting at 27 under.
426 feet, slight downhill, playing to the A pin.
Isaac puts a good hurting on that one.
Oh, and just gets knocked down a little bit early.
Inside circle 1. What do you think?
Probably right on the edge there.
Right on the edge, yeah. Tony, same pink destroyer.
Yeah, Tony just catching Chris Sprague. Wants to put this close
He's gonna be
because he knows that every separation between our top spots are hundreds of dollars. Does not want to lose that out with the last hole.
Eddie going with a huge hyzer, it looks like. I don't remember exactly what the wind was doing here, but if it's at all going left or right, this shot is so difficult to pull off.
Yeah, and it just didn't put enough height on that and came up a little bit short. Chris flexing inside, but does this have enough? No, it catches the grass and slows down all momentum that he had.
Yeah, but Chris still looking at a just outside circle 1 putt. Eddie looking at... Yeah, that's probably what, 60 feet or so, leaves it short, settling
Yeah,
for
just
a par
about, but he
3
is
there.
that 1 stroke behind Isaac.
But Tony Ganger, boom!
Let's go! What a putt!
I think that was a $100 putt at least, maybe 2.
What a great putt! Oh no! And having the hyzer around the trees, Chris does not connect.
Here's Isaac McDonald for a birdie 2 on this 426-foot par 3. Ooh. High right side. Isaac is not going to be happy with that.
Oh no!
But Chris remains 100% inside circle 25 with his left hand.
What a crazy stat. Do they have that with the new U-Disc update?
Yeah,
Can
there
we
might
do
be.
lefty putting on there?
Lefty putting inside circle 25. There might be an app for that.
Man, we should have had Fancher win a trophy for that because that was impressive to watch through 27 holes.
And there's Isaac putting in his par 3. He is not happy. He's obviously looking to see what all the other players did on the chase card.
And you saw that. So Isaac knew he beat the lead card. But he said, we're not done yet. I'm not sure what chase card did. And lo and behold, Tim Barham came off the chase card, hot round 16 down to become our 2018 Clash at the Canyons champion.
So what about the thanks? Should we do a thanks?
Let's do the thanks. I want to give an unbelievable thank you to the amazing staff and crew that we had involved. We had Tyler Wallenberg, Sean Callahan, and Ryan Nick all doing our camera coverage. David Hopkins doing live coverage of the event. Ryan Fancher, Sheila Callahan, Eris Pashos, Ken Ratch, and so many people came together to help make this event happen.
Yeah, huge shout out to them, and most importantly, huge shout out to the Dellwood Park District. They work every single day to make this course what it is for us. So, huge shout out to them. We can't thank them enough. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Until next time,
Peace.